Name's Hayden. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah. So you want to just let me know what you think about abortion?
Okay, I think it should be legal. So I personally think it's legal because I think it should be a choice. You should have the choice to have an abortion and you should have the choice to not have an abortion.
Okay. Just so that we're on the same page. I mean, what do you think abortion is?
I think abortion is taking your right to, as a female, your body to choose to have a child or not to have a child. If you're ready to have a child, you should have it. If you're not, why would you bring a child already into a messed up situation that you're already in? If you're not in a situation to take care of a child, you should not put that child through that trauma that you're already going through or that financial hardship that you're going through. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Okay, just a quick question on that. You mentioned a woman's choice to have a child or not have a child.
Yeah.
But from my perspective, once the woman's pregnant, she already does have a child. So the way I'm viewing it is the question is not if she's going to be a mother, if she's not going to be a mother, but that she already is a mother. And the question is, what type of mother is she going to be? Is she going to be a mother who loves her child and cares for her child? Or is she going to be a mother who chooses to murder her child by abortion?
So where I think you're wrong is she's not murdering her child. First off, it doesn't start off as a child. It cells first before it actually forms into a fetus.
And just real quick, what am I made of?
Cells.
Cells, right?
Yeah, but still, before it's just cells. It's not really, it doesn't have anything formed to call it a fetus or a human.
And so, what do you think makes someone or something human or a person?
One, it has to have all the functions of a human, just like, a brain, a heart, to even, survive, lungs to survive.
But the child is surviving from the moment of conception, right?
It's not a child yet. Right now it's just
because when does it become a child? I know you mentioned a few things like heart, brain, maybe lungs.
Yeah, when that, when it progresses and it actually has a heartbeat and a brain and lungs.
Yeah, but we have humans right now who are born, who are in the hospital getting heart transplants right now. And there'll be a moment in time when they don't have a heart. But I think you and I would both agree
but
they're still human. Don't kill them, right?
Yeah, but then that still counts as, then they might not have a heart then, but it's not like they won't have a heart at all because there's so many instances. They're getting a new heart
through the transplant, right?
Yeah, to get a new heart. And there's many instances where it's they have the mechanical hearts, they have other stuff. That doesn't mean they're less human, but still having something that, keeps you alive.
What I like about what you just said there is you said just because someone might have mechanical parts or be getting a transplant, it doesn't make them less human.
It doesn't.
But in the same way, the child from conception is equally human. Would you agree that at the moment of fertilization, there is a new, unique human being? Even if you don't think that it should be protected by law, if you still think that a woman should be able to abort it, would you at least acknowledge that it is a human being from that moment of fertilization?
Can I acknowledge it? I have mixed opinions because it's created, but it's not fully human. It's there. It exists. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It exists. It's just not fully human yet.
I'm curious, if it was fully human, would that change your opinion on abortion? If you Googled, when does human life begin scientifically, and it said fertilization, would that then change your opinion?
Would it change my opinion? It wouldn't change my opinion about abortions because it's still that choice. It's not, I feel like more for me, it's more the quality. When women make that choice to get an abortion, it's not them being selfish. It's them wanting, them not being ready. It's not them oh, I'm gonna kill this baby just because. No, it's not that. It's not being malice against that baby or cells, whatever you want to call it. But still, it's making sure you have the proper, the proper steps to take care of a baby, the proper materials, because it's not easy. It's not. So telling a mother because she aborted her baby that she's a murderer is not okay. It's not.
Okay, I'm just curious, would you apply those same reasons to a mother who decides to take the life of her newborn, who's out of the womb, says she doesn't have the resources, it's not a good time for her right now, and then she either neglects the child to death by not feeding it, intentionally starving it to death, or actually executes it, say with a firearm or something like that? Would you say in that instance it's murder, right?
That is.
It's murder.
That is. because that's the baby is physically here. The baby is physically here. It's not just in the first stages of, oh Jesus, hold on, sorry. It's not at the first stages of, like, what is it called, the gestation, I think it's called? Development, yeah. It's not at the first stages. It's not just, cells at this right now. It's an actual human being that came out of the womb and, is actually living.
Yeah, I mean, just on the development point, though, I mean, the newborn's also still developing, right? It's still not yet a toddler. It's not yet a teenager. It's not yet a young adult. It's not yet an adult. And so it's still developing as well. And I just don't think that we should discriminate against certain humans and say they don't have a right to live simply because they're not quite as developed yet.
I never said that.
Okay.
I simply said that if a mother is ready, then she should have that baby. But if she's not ready, why would you force her to have that baby?
But she already has the baby. The question is simply, what is she going to do with the baby? Is she going to love the baby, or is she going to murder it before it comes out of the womb?
Why does she have to murder? She's not. Why does she have to murder it? There's all these types of, programs to either help you take care of that child or cope with it, or put it up for adoption, or have somebody else take care of that baby. Now, we don't have to be dark and, get rid of the already here baby. That's murder.
The
That's
child in the womb is
murder.
already here too, though. It's just in a different location.
No.
You don't think it's already here? If it's not there, I mean, why would a woman need to get an abortion, right? If there's nothing there, then why does she need to go to the abortion clinic?
It's cold. To get rid of the child.
To get rid of the child, right?
But
so she's murdering the child.
No, you're not.
Well, when you say get rid of, I mean, what are we talking about? We're talking about taking a child from a living state to a dead state. And when that's intentional, what do we call that? We call it murder, when it's unjustified against an innocent human being. At least that's from my perspective, the way I'm seeing it.
So, I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
So you're saying that when the baby is first conceived, that's like
an innocent human being. It's an innocent human being. Yeah.
Human being.
And that's true scientifically. If you want me to Google it, I can right now. When does human life begin scientifically? It'll say fertilization.
But it's not. I'm trying to think. I think you're like kind of. Hold on. I think you're. Oh, hey, Queen. I didn't even know that was you. I think you're confusing the. Stages. The first stage is literally just cells. First stage is literally just cells.
Well,
and then as it advances, it becomes an actual being, though.
It's a human organism from the moment of conception.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I can see.
And so it just continues to develop, just like you and I did. You and I were once in the womb.
But you can choose to stop the development. You get rid of that, that cell. Get rid of the development of the child. You can choose to, but that's not murder. That's not murder. Okay,
but when a woman says that she wants to stop the development of her 1-year-old child out of the womb by executing it, you'd say that's murder.
Yes, that's totally different things.
Okay, I'm trying to clarify the difference here, because in both cases the child is still developing. In one case, it's not as developed as the other, sure.
If that's the
but
case,
in both cases, it's equally.
But if
human.
that's the case, then humans are all still developing because we still grow as we get older.
Yeah, and we don't say that because a certain human isn't quite as developed as another, that it's then okay to execute them.
Oh my gosh, okay.
So I'm just saying, I think we should value all humans equally, regardless of how developed they are.
Yeah.
So just universal human rights.
So you're saying that no matter what, we should protect that unborn human being, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about that, when they come out, when they come out of the womb when they're born, how do you feel about protecting them after they're born? Because currently in the state that we live in right now, it's not looking like we even care, because the education system we're losing funding for that, for one, and for two, we're losing our kids to gun violence. So if we really care about our kid, if our kid really in the womb, we should be caring about them now because they're actually here.
Well, just a quick thing on the out of the womb thing with education. I actually had a topic up here the other day that was about education and improving American education. So maybe we can talk about that after. But on the point you said about the kids out of the womb, right now it's already illegal to murder them. But currently, depending on the state, it's legal to murder the child in the womb. So I just think we should protect all the human beings from being murdered.
Okay, but
Because you can't ever get to the point of educating a child if they're dead.
Okay, but they never, fully existed though. Because let's say a woman has a miscarriage. So you're saying that's like, the child was murdered?
No,
Or,
a miscarriage is. Sorry, I gotta grab that 1 second.
Okay.
Sorry about that. So what were you saying?
okay, I was saying when a mother, has a miscarriage.
Oh yes, the miscarriage. Yeah. So that's unintentional, right? It's just
Okay.
something that happens naturally. The mother's not intentionally taking the life of her child. But in contrast with abortion, say abortion by pills, a mother's taking mifepristone and misoprostol to intentionally end the life of her child, or in a D&E abortion, taking her child to an abortion clinic to then have the child's skull crushed and limbs ripped off, which is what happens in a D&E abortion, by the way.
Okay.
So it's very different from a child dying naturally, unintentionally.
Okay, what if a mother needs an abortion when that child isn't able to, fully develop? What if when that mother needs an abortion then? What is your opinion on that?
You mean like a child that might have birth defects?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think we should kill children who might have birth defects.
even if the mother life is in danger, if
No,
she
if-
gives
if the-
birth to
if the-
this
if the-
to this child.
So if the life of the mother is in danger as a result of the pregnancy continuing on, I think it's morally acceptable and should be legally acceptable to separate the baby's body from the mother's body, for example, by C-section. And if an unfortunate consequence of doing that is that we simply don't have the technology to keep the child alive out of the womb and the child dies unintentionally, I don't think anyone should be prosecuted. But that's a completely different scenario from the majority of abortions, which are the woman intentionally takes the life of the child when both the child and the mother could have lived.
But that's why it should still be a choice. It should still be a choice because that woman is still making that choice medically to having that abortion.
Well, like I mentioned, in the case of the life of the mother, I think it should be it's morally and legally acceptable to separate the two bodies in order to preserve the one life that we can. And if the child dies as an unfortunate and unintentional consequence of saving the life of the mother, I don't think anyone should be prosecuted. So I don't think that would be considered murder. However, I don't think that you can reason from that if a mother intentionally takes the life of her preborn child when it's not in order to save her own life, her life isn't in jeopardy, I don't think we can then say that that's ethical. To me, that would still be unethical and that would still be murder because she's intentionally taking the life of her child when they can both survive.
Okay. But still, even if a mother chooses to have an abortion, you still have to separate the baby and the mom. Like, you still have to, because if a mother can't mentally, they have a mental health issue and they can't take care of a child, and
I would not allow abortion for the case of mental health. So when I say life of the mother, I would not extend that to include mental health. So for example, if a woman thought that if she gave birth, then the child would ruin her life and that she'd commit suicide, I would never allow an abortion for that type of health reason. But a health reason where she might die if she goes to 9 months and gives birth, instead they do a C-section and it's unfortunately prior to viability and the child dies as an unintentional consequence of that. I don't think anyone should be prosecuted there, but I definitely don't think that we should allow women to murder their preborn children for reasons of mental health because they think they might commit suicide in the future. I think that's a really bad idea.
Okay. So, okay. What I'm trying to understand is, okay. You want to come take a shot at this, Harmony? No, you good? Okay. Okay. I'm still trying to,
That's okay. Take your time.
I'm trying to, okay.
So what would your primary reason for supporting abortion still just be that women should be able to do what they want, with their bodies, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I still think it shouldn't be up to a man to even vote on a woman's body because it's not their body, for one. You can't have children.
Well, we half of the child's DNA is from us.
Okay,
to be
but it's
fair.
still the woman's body that's developing the child, though.
Yeah, but women can do immoral things, right?
Okay, that's fair.
Like
Anybody
murdering
could,
their
though.
children. And I think that when children's rights are being violated, I think it's everyone's duty to stand up against that, regardless of sex.
Okay, but still, as a man, what you can do is support. So you can support that woman either way of how she feels, because at the end of the day, it's her body, and she's going to do what she's going to do with her body. So
I'm just curious, would you apply
It's-
that to men? Like, men have their body, they're going to do what they want with their body.
Okay.
And if they chose to use their body in an immoral way against another body, such as by raping a woman, you wouldn't say it's their body, they can do what they want with it. You would say, no, there's a second body involved, the woman's body, the victim's body, and rape should actually be illegal and be a crime.
It's totally different situation, but that's not okay. That's not okay. I never said, that was okay. Because rape isn't okay. But even after that woman is raped and maybe she ends up pregnant,
Yeah.
it's her choice still to even keep that baby, or because that's traumatizing. To keep a child that that was forced upon you, that's traumatizing.
Well,
So
the rapist should be punished, right? I think,
Yeah, always.
I would argue that the rapist, if after a fair trial is found guilty, that he should get the death penalty. But the child didn't do
Okay.
anything wrong. The child is completely innocent. And I don't think we should punish the child for the crime of his or her father.
okay, but the child isn't being punished. That woman
By being killed?
is. That woman is, choosing herself, because after you go through something traumatic like that, you're going to keep the child that is forced upon you, that reminds you of that situation that happened.
To me, the question is, how do we answer evil? Do we answer the evil of rape with the evil of murdering an innocent child in the womb? I don't think that's how we should answer evil. Instead, I think we should answer evil with justice by executing the rapist and then surrounding the woman who's pregnant with love, care, and support, and also loving, caring for, and supporting the child in the womb.
Okay, but that still would be that woman's choice to keep that. If that woman kept the baby, she can still get that support. But even if she didn't, she still can get support for not keeping the baby and for being raped. That's traumatizing.
But I'm just curious, like if someone came up to this table, right, and they were
Okay.
conceived by rape, and you had another person next to him who wasn't conceived by rape,
Mm-hmm.
you would say it should be illegal to murder both of them, right? Because they're both innocent human beings, and it'd be wrong to kill either of them.
Like as as they're like right there, like
Yeah.
as humans.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like actual murder.
Yeah, so what I'm pointing out is we don't distinguish and say you only have a right to live if you were conceived by consensual sex. We say if you're a human being, or I think we should say if you're a human being, then you have a right to live regardless of if you were conceived by incest, rape, or consensual sex.
So, okay. I don't think you're understanding it.
Okay.
I'm trying to tell you, it should just be a choice. It's a choice, always a choice. It's not about, oh, she's morally wrong for doing this. Oh, that's murder. She just murdered her child. No, that's just not how it works. Even scientifically, it's not fully human. It's not. It's
Well, it is
right
fully
now.
human.
It's
It is
still
fully human from conception.
cells.
It's not fully developed. but
fully
neither-
not a
neither-
fully developed human.
but neither's
you
a
can
newborn.
you can yeah. That's a better way of explaining it. It's not a fully developed human.
But neither's a
It's
newborn.
not. It's not even a word that is, there. It's not even a word that is there.
Well, it's definitely there.
It's there, but it's not even aware. It doesn't have a brain to process that it's there.
Yeah, but even if someone is unaware of what's going on around them or aren't conscious at a certain moment, it's still wrong to kill them, right? Like if I was unconscious for a surgery under complete anesthetic so I couldn't feel pain, it would still be wrong for someone to come and kill me or do something negative to my body, such as a sexual assault or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be wrong. But I'm telling you, trying to say when it's in the womb, it's different. You're here, like you're an actual human being. You're here.
So is the
Like,
child in the
you're
womb.
full-
I was
you're
not,
fully
I was also here.
functioning human
I was also
being.
here when I was in my mother's womb. It was the same
You
person.
weren't. You weren't here in this form. Do you remember anything from the womb?
No.
Exactly. That's
But-
what I'm trying to say. You don't remember anything from the womb.
But in the case where I'm like unconscious for a surgery and under complete anesthetic, I might not remember the harm that might be done to me while I'm unaware of it occurring, but it would still be wrong. And in the same way, the child in the womb might not be aware yet, but you can still harm someone who's unaware of the harm.
You're okay. Brain nerd. What the heck? I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to, help you understand. You're a functioning human being. That would be different from somebody who's not even haven't even visited the world yet. hasn't even visited the outside world yet. That would be totally different.
I'm just curious on that though. Like, I mean, if you had a newborn who was kept in a cave for like a year and hasn't seen the world yet, you'd still say that it's wrong to murder them.
He's arguing your definition of a person. He's arguing your definition of a person.
Definition of a person.
That make it so that in order to be considered a person, you have to have these experiences. He's saying there are people who you would consider people who don't have those experiences, which is the
Just
disconnect.
just a quick thing. We've been
Yeah.
going for a while. I don't know if you have to go
Yeah.
to class or not.
Oh, no, I don't.
If you wanted to hop in, maybe we do a swap because we've been going for a bit.
Yeah.
But I want to give you a chance to sort of give the last word or anything else you want to say before we wrap up.
I don't have really anything to say. It's not like I'm gonna change your mind, but yeah, I still stick with what I say. And you know what? You can stick to what you say, but I still stand that I don't think men should have a say in what a woman does with her body. It's not fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hey, it was a great conversation.
Yeah. Great conversation.
Thank you.